Okay, so one ring to rule them all. Many of you guys may know that this is from Lord of the Rings. My father gave me this gold and black onyx ring when I was a child, and his father gave it to him when he was a child. Across history, the ring on one's finger could show a lot about them. It could show who's in power, who's got prestige, and most importantly of all, what color your mood is. Okay. Rings are very powerful in how they influence people. Wagner is a classical composer who was alive in the 1800s, made a lot of work that you guys would know nowadays. And it influenced a lot of people. He made a great work of art called The Ring Cycle, which is kind of like a score set to a few operas. And a big part of it was that it had themes for specific people. And one of those things you could kind of recognize in Star Wars. J.R.R. Tolkien for The Lord of the Rings was heavily inspired by The Ring Cycle, which is again the power of the ring. Both of the plots of their work were heavily centered around a powerful ring, and Wagner had the concept of the ring being giving the owner the mastery of the world, which Tolkien took from that. They both were also centered around the original source of mythology. So all this was inspired by a ring. And John Williams was also, I don't know if you guys know who John Williams is, the guy who did all the music for Star Wars, and even for Superman, if you guys remember those. So associating characters, I think this word is leitmotifs, or leitmotif, I just don't want to say it wrong. But associating characters with like themes, their own themes, like with Darth Vader having the dun 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 dun, and then the Han and Leia having the like dun dun. That's right. Really beautiful stuff. So the point is that the ring is very powerful, regardless of whether or not it's just a small little ring. A few things that give a ring meaning are the placement, what's on it, etc. What's stone in it also has specific significance. In my case, it's a black onyx. You guys can see like that. According to those who believe in metaphysical powers of crystals and stones, black onyx absorbs and transforms negative energy. So it would take negative energy and kind of like move it into positive energy. That's, you know, whether or not you can believe in that or not, I don't know. Black onyx also is a stone that supposedly gives strength and encourages good fortune to the beholder. Also, the finger has significance. For where I ring, I don't know if you guys can see, I have a pretty big ring tan on my pointer finger. I wear my ring on my pointer finger all the time. The pointer finger originally was the most common finger to wear your ring on a few hundred years ago. And usually it would be at the head of the family. The father figure would have a signet or a crest on their pointer finger, usually out of silver, not out of gold. And it would show their status in the family. If you had the crest on your pointer finger, you would be at the head of the family. And it was a sign of power, leadership, authority, and respect if you had that crest on your finger. Similarly today, I wear this ring on my index finger. And it was a family ring given to me by my father. And throughout my life, my father was that authority figure, that powerful, respected figure to me. Family heirlooms do have sentimental value. But where does that value come from? What other value is brought to the table besides just sentimental value? Well, let's back up for 1 second. What is an heirloom? Well, according to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, an heirloom is something of special value handed down from generation to another generation. Common examples are china and silverware, in my case jewelry, but in his case also family Bibles are very common for heirlooms. Now this ring to me has a lot of value that isn't just monetary. This ring means a lot to me, but it also means a lot to my father. I could be wearing any ring right now. I have a lot of other rings. I like to wear rings, but I only wear this one, and that's for a reason. My grandfather, my father's father, wasn't very affectionate, wasn't the type of dude to say I love you or anything like that, didn't speak much to my dad. And when my dad was at a young age, his father gave him this ring, which at the time meant a lot. It was him becoming a man. It was his dad signifying that he did love him, that even though he doesn't always say that. So my father didn't just give me any old ring. This means so much to me because I know how much this ring means to my dad. It's a signifying of love. Every time I look down at this ring, I'm remembered that I'm not just wearing an old ring, I'm wearing something that was passed down for generations. Now, again, there is also value that isn't even sentimental value on top of that isn't monetary value that actually goes into the composition of the ring. Again, to those people who believe in metaphysical power of crystals and rocks and stones, it also goes through metals. And apparently, this gold is a great conductor of heat and electricity. So back in the day, a lot of ancient societies would wear gold, and that also has a lot to do with the fact that it's very malleable. But it also supposedly, and this depends on who you are, but people believe that since it's a great conductor of heat and electricity, it in turn helps release negative energy and increases the flow of positive energy. And actually, it's supposed to be paired up with a stone that also has some form of power. That is what that is, but it depends on what you believe in that regard. So rings can be powerful. Heirlooms can also be very powerful. This ring is my one ring to rule them all. It protects me, it gives me positive energy, and it gives me the courage to accomplish everything that my father has accomplished and more. The great plot of my life may also be centered around a powerful ring, just like Wagner's Ring Cycle and The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. Whenever I look down at this ring from now on, I will think of the love I have for my father, but more importantly, the love I have for my family.